All right, hi everyone. Welcome to our Sunday evening webinar. My name is David Watts, and this is my wife, Dana Schwartz. Thanks for joining us for our webinar on nutrition and essential oils. I'm going to get started with a PowerPoint presentation in just a moment, but just wanted to plant a couple seeds for later in the webinar. At the very end, we will have a Q&A moment or minutes. So on your screens, you should see a Q&A box. You can type in your questions there. Do you want to say something about that?
I just wanted to say that this is really an exciting topic to me personally because I love essential oils and I love nutrition and food and using that for our health and wellness as well. So this combination is really exciting to me, and definitely stay around till the end. We have some recipes for you, and we do have quite a lot of information. So the recording link is also available. Yeah,
I was going to say the same thing. We got some recipes, so stick around for those. They're pretty cool. All right, let me get this PowerPoint going here and share it with you. Okay, so once again, I was gonna do another little thing. Okay, so hi. Yes, we are Corazon Healing Arts, the heart of integrative medicine, when part of that for us is integrating essential oils into nutrition. So that's what this webinar is going to be about. As Chinese medicine practitioners and acupuncturists and herbalists, we came to using essential oils pretty naturally. In our minds, they are just an extension of herbs. They are plant medicine, and it was really a natural progression for us to start using them, and we had great efficacy with our patients. We've seen the power of these oils firsthand, and we really don't travel or go anywhere without them. And as we've aligned with them, we've just been enjoying them more and more and more. So a little bit about our journey is that we are licensed acupuncturists and herbalists, massage therapists. We're both certified yoga teachers. We've both studied and practiced shamanic medicine and energy medicine. We've done extensive continued education in all of these different areas. And as essential oil educators, we are also mentors. So we kind of wear lots of different hats. So let's jump in here. First, I'm going to ask this first fundamental question of really, what are essential oils? So if you've ever enjoyed the scent of a rose, you've experienced the aromatic qualities of essential oils. These naturally occurring volatile or aromatic compounds are found in the seeds, bark, stems, roots, flowers, and other parts of plants. They can be both beautifully and powerfully fragrant. Essential oils give the plants their distinctive smells and protect plants and play a role in plant pollination. In addition to their intrinsic benefits to plants and their beautiful fragrance, essential oils have long been used for food prep, beauty treatment, and healthcare practices. But what exactly is a volatile aromatic compound? In short, these compounds are small organic molecules that tend to change quickly from their solids or liquid states to a gas at room temperature. They're called volatile because they change state so quickly. So when you first open a bottle of essential oil, you instantly notice that the aroma is potent, and you can smell it typically even from some distance. The physical and chemical properties of the volatile aromatic compounds that compose essential oils allow them to quickly move through the air and directly interact with the olfactory sensors in the nose. These unique properties make essential oils ideal for applications including aromatherapy. Excuse me. Using these compounds from plants to help maintain a healthy mind and body, and can also be used in many other applications. There are over 3,000 varieties of volatile aromatic compounds that have been identified to date. The nature of an essential oil varies from plant to plant, within botanical families, and from species to species. The delicate ratio of aromatic constituents found in any given essential oil are what make it unique and give it special benefits. Even with pure essential oils, the composition of the oil can vary depending on the time of day, season, geography, location, method and duration of distillation, year grown, the weather. So every step of the production process is a critical determinant factor of the overall quality of the essential oil. So essential oils can be used for a wide range of emotional and physical wellness applications. They can be used as a single oil or in complex oil blends, depending on the user's experience and the desired benefit.
So how to use essential oils? There are 3 ways. The first is aromatic. The sense of smell is a tool that can elicit power, physiologic, mental, and emotional responses. Essential oils are quickly absorbed by the smell receptors, which have a direct link to the limbic system by way of the olfactory nerve. The limbic system is a part of the brain that supports a variety of functions, including smell, emotions, behavior, and memory. These all relate to the hippocampus, the amygdala, the hypothalamus, and it can also affect blood pressure, heart rate, and focus. Some essential oils induce uplifting or invigorating effects, while others are more calming. And diffusion is one of the simplest methods for using essential oils aromatically. It's my personal favorite. I love using diffusers throughout the home, having one in the bedroom and in the bathroom and in the living room, just waking up in the morning and putting in perhaps a citrus oil for an uplifting effect, and then perhaps using something really relaxing like lavender or some of the more relaxing blends in the evening. However, using essential oils aromatically, you don't need to have a diffuser, and you can use them aromatically in many different ways. You can apply them to a cotton ball and place them in the vents in your vehicle, in your car. You can make a little spray bottle with water and mist in your home over a carpet or linens. You can even add to make your own dryer sheets to your laundry. You can clean your home with them. You can also just use it as a perfume and cologne, and you can get the aromatic benefits that way as well. The next way to use them is topically. So, you know, here in the pictures you see you can put them on your hands, on your feet, or take a bath with them. And there are many other ways to use them topically all over the body, really. But topical application is super effective for applying the oils because the essential oils have very low molecular weights and are lipid soluble, so they easily penetrate the skin. Once absorbed, they stay in the applied area for a localized benefit, but you can also have a more generalized benefit when, or a systemic benefit when you can put it on places like the bottom of the feet or some reflex areas. We recommend to decrease any possibility of skin sensitivity or on young or sensitive skin to use a carrier oil. We really like using the fractionated coconut oil because it's clear, it doesn't solidify and stays liquid, and it also doesn't have an odor or stain. So I like to especially recommend diluting some of the more potent oils, especially when you're trying it for the first time. So you can start with the lowest possible dose, 1 to 2 drops, and then you can continue to repeat. So this is one of the sayings that we have, is that low dose, high frequency is the best way to use the oils because we do metabolize them pretty fairly quickly. Other areas that on the body that are popular to use is on the neck, the forehead and temples, avoiding the eyes, the arms, legs, the bottom of the feet, as I mentioned. And methods that we can use the oils are in a warm bath. We can make a hot or cold compress. We can add it to our lotion or moisturizer, and other ways that we can use it is just in a massage all over the body, and sometimes also behind the ears and on the wrist or the pulse points is a great place to put the oils. One thing I'd like to say is when using oils with infants or small children, the dilution rate is 1 to 3 drops of oils to 1 tablespoon of fractionated coconut oil. And then for older children, it's a teaspoon fractionated coconut oil. So the third way to use the oils is internally, and this is when you're using the therapeutic grade essential oil, and that's labeled and it says on the bottle can be used for internal use. or can be ingested. If it says not to be ingested, you really recommend following the guidance on the labels of the oils that you're using. Certain essential oils have a rich culinary history and can be used as dietary supplements, supporting a variety of health conditions. So when you sprinkle cinnamon on your oatmeal or sip a mug of peppermint tea or add fresh basil leaves to your spaghetti, you're actually consuming some volatile or aromatic essential oil compounds. Essential oils contribute many health benefits as well as flavorings and some aroma properties to foods. When ingested, essential oils directly enter into the bloodstream via the gastrointestinal tract, where they are transported through the rest of the body. Essential oils are lipid soluble, so they are readily transported to all the organs of the body, including the brain. Then, like things we consume, essential oils are metabolized by the liver and other organs, and then they are excreted. They can be excreted through the organ system. They can also be excreted through the breath and the skin. These are our three chimneys. The composition of essential oils is highly complex, so each constitute possesses a unique set of biochemical properties that react with cells and organs in different ways. Although these mechanisms of actions are not always completely understood yet, the positive results have been very well demonstrated. And this is where I really encourage personal experience and experimentation and trying the oils yourself, because we all have different ways of responding to different oils.
So there are some very effective methods for internal application. So using oils in recipes for cooking or baking to replace fresh or dried herbs and spices, that's a great one. But remember that essential oils are much more potent than dried or fresh herbs and spices, so start with a very small amount. Usually we recommend just 1 drop. For more potent oils, it may be better to administer them by toothpick. So dipping the end of the clean toothpick into an oil and then just adding less than a drop. You can add oils to water, smoothies, milk, tea, and other drinks. And taking essential oils internally in a veggie capsule is a great way. That's how we really started using them, just buying empty veggie caps and putting some oils in there. Or you can even add a small amount to some applesauce or some yogurt. And as Dana said, just making sure you're really using just the quality oils that are safe for internal use. So that's what essential oils were and ways to use them. So what are not essential oils? So here are some myths and realities for you. Essential oils are not vitamins, they are not minerals, they are not hormones, they do not oxygenate the body. And this information can be easily passed on, and it's actually a big misunderstanding. Like we've said, what we do know is that essential oils are volatile compounds, and they greatly assist the body in doing what it does best. They are our allies, and they support us. They can improve circulation, support cellular life cycle, and assist our bodies in destroying free radicals, but they are not filled with the essential vitamins and nutrients that our bodies need. They really assist the body's innate ability to heal itself, and they really can support all of the different systems: the endocrine system, lymphatic system, respiratory, digestive, cardiovascular or circulatory system, our reproductive system, the musculoskeletal system, our nervous system, urinary system, our exocrine or our skin system, and hair and nails. These are amazing allies, and so let's go a little bit more into this. So right now there is a national epidemic of chronic disease. One might even say global, but certainly a national epidemic. There is obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, cancer, back and joint problems, respiratory problems. These are the most costly and preventable of all health problems, according to the CDC, Center for Disease Control. 1 out of $6 is spent on healthcare in our country. This is really incredible if you think about it. We're not doing very well as a nation. And while these diseases have genetic and hereditary aspects and are mostly preventable and treatable by lifestyle changes of diet and physical activity, proactive self-care, there are other risk factors as well. We'll take a look at these next.
So some risk factors that we can control and that have an impact: tobacco and alcohol use, an unhealthy diet, and physical inactivity. And then there are these risk factors that are beyond our control, which is environment. So that could be toxins in the environment, in the air, water, also stressful environmental factors. Then there's genetics and aging. What's kind of unbelievable is that in doing some research around this, it's just continuously increasing every year. The numbers are going up. And as of 2012, actually about half of all adults had one or more chronic health problem. And after that, it continued to go up to 75% in the last study that I was able to track down in 2014. So the United States spends significantly more on healthcare than any other nation. So that would mean that our healthcare is one of the most expensive aspects of what we're paying for. And then it's very interesting to think about how hard it is to actually decide that we're going to spend money on our healthcare. So often the money is spent after, not before. So what can we do to really address that? And this is really what we're talking about today, is like nutrition, but of course there's also exercise. And then we're also really talking about proactive self-care. So really changing our nutritional choices to include fresh fruits, vegetable, whole foods, and leaving out processed foods. This is something we can hear over and over again, but until we actually start to take the steps towards doing that, doesn't make that impact. So incorporating physical activity into your life. So this can be hard if you already are in a chronic disease and you have some problems. And so what I always recommend is even just 20 minutes of walking a day to get the blood moving and circulating to start. And then it's also super important to have adequate sleep and stress management.
So how do we do this? I mean, there are so many options, too many options on a diet, and there is really no one size that fits all, right, Dana? I mean, this is something we see these fads, and we see people come and say, hey, I'm doing this diet or I'm doing that diet, and you just look at this list here. There's raw food, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, paleo, carnivore, macrobiotic, grain-free, Atkins, zone diet, South Beach diet, Weight Watchers, military diet, liquid diet, GAPS food program, Mediterranean diet, and there are more and more and more. I think you get the point. So this is really a way to see, like, look, there is no one size fits all, and we can really work with people customizing what's right for them.
So this is the common problem that I see that occurs, is that someone will say, oh, my best friend did this, she lost all the weight that she needed to do, I'm going to do that. Or she went to this Ayurvedic practitioner and was given this specific diet, so I'm going to do that because she looks amazing. And we're all different. We all have different histories, health histories. Actually, you know, when you're really looking back towards it, you can look at what your the nutrition and things were like in your mother, even before you were even in the womb. What her dietary habits were like in those moments are very influential to what happens in your gut and how you really start to step into your relationship with food. So it's very, very early. It's really prenatal or even maybe pre-existence that we are all impacted differently. And this is why it's very important to work with somebody who can really help you and look at what kind of nutrient deficiencies you may have, or what kind of digestive disability, problems you may have. Like, for example, raw food is an amazing diet, and people who can digest raw food really well thrive. They thrive on it. And then someone else can go on a raw diet and completely fall apart and feel terrible and have no energy because they're not able to digest. So this is really where there are some fundamental basic pieces that we can all do. And then if we really need more help, this is where we can reach out and get more help.
Right. So where do we start with all this? Right? Like,
yeah. So what do we eat?
That's a lot. So what to eat? All right. So a good rule of thumb is really to eat the rainbow and eat that rainbow consistently.
So why all colors matter? You've probably heard that you should eat lots of colors, but why? It's the phytochemicals. Phyto means plant. So a phytochemical is simply a unique chemical that only certain colors of plants produce. More importantly, each of these color classes of phytochemicals have different beneficial effects on the body. Some protect us from aging, while others improve our stamina and protect our cells from damage. This knowledge alone should get you started. A single type of fruit, no matter how great it is or how much of it you eat, cannot replace the phytochemicals found in another fruit. So for example, you may love apples, but hate everything else. And so you're like, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But what about eating some blueberries and, so the apple and the blueberries and the banana and some broccoli? You can't get the same vitamins and minerals from orange fruits that you can get from red fruits or red vegetables. The healthiest people in all the nutritional survey data available are not those that eat the most fruits and vegetables, but those that eat the greatest variety of fruits and vegetables, and then also the most.
Great. So this kind of begs to talk about, okay, so eating is the starting block. Let's take a look at the rest of those building blocks for healthy lifestyle. So here you can see this wellness pyramid, which begins with eating right, but health is really a lifestyle. True health and wellness is a lifestyle. So we've been using this system for a few years and have guided many people to do the same and have seen tremendous results. It's really a testament to this system. So we can't be perfect every day with every aspect of this, but we do our best within this framework, and it's nice to have this as a guiding light towards health and wellness. So with this, we can have a lot of influence over the way we age and our overall wellness. So at the bottom of this screen, you can see this lifelong vitality by doTERRA, and this is what we're going to dive into now. Is talking about the lifelong vitality pack. So we've got some great recipes at the end again, so hang in there. We're going to get to those. So let's take a look at this eating right.
One thing I want to say before we jump into it is that it's just incredible how, I've always thought of myself as a very healthy eater, and even friends of mine have that perspective of me of like, oh, she's a really healthy eater. And recently, before I began to dive into these supplements, I got some blood work done and really saw some deficiencies. And was very surprised in my vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
I used to teach people, food as medicine. And we're just in a different place right now with the kind of food that we can get. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But I just wanted to mention that before we dive into this.
It's so true.
Very humbling for me.
I was shocked too, because Dana's a very healthy eater, but you can't get enough. So let's take a look at that. So you could be eating super healthy. You can be having these green salads with some salmon on top, but we can't eat like that every meal. So sometimes we'll eat a meal with no nutrients. We'll eat some junk food or some candy once in a while, or a cookie that's not gluten-free, God forbid. So, but when we are eating healthy, there is still a severe lack of nutrients in our soil, and as a result, a lack of nutrients in the food too. So developing a healthy diet really depends on consistency. So eating that rainbow consistently. We could have sprints of eating good foods followed by little stretches of eating bad, and that can really produce bad habits and ultimately affect your health as well. So ideally, we want to eat nutrient-dense food, lots of fresh fruits and vegetables. If you eat meat, you want to eat lean meats, have a variety of things, and definitely less sugar. And we need to support all of our digestion and good digestive health with good enzymes. So let's take a look at some more of this.
Can I say something?
You want to say more about that? Okay.
Yeah, I just want to talk about sugar. So we said less sugar here because it's pretty hard not to eat sugar. But if we can eliminate white processed sugar, 99.9% of the time, a lot of different kinds of chronic health problems will start to evaporate. And just that, the sugar is really quite toxic and causes quite a lot of havoc in our bodies. And we can get natural sugars from fruits, And if our body's in good health, it can really absorb that and use that in a really good way.
Yeah, it's a great point. So when we say less sugar, it's like less added sugar, less things that white sugar that's added, because we get plenty of sugars naturally. So let's take a look at some oils that can support some healthy eating. Go ahead. Yeah, Dana, take it away. I know you love this part, so I love when you talk about it.
So the first two here, grapefruit and slim and sassy, are fantastic oils to help for those of us that experience overeating or need some support with appetite suppression, where we just really can't eat too much, or we have unhealthy relationships with food. We can use these to really work with that. To support an organ detox level, and then also with some healthy tissues, we can try the blend Zendocrine. I love this blend. One of the ingredients in it is geranium, which is just one of my favorite personal oils. And then always can use some digestive support in this world. The way we are absorbing things through our thought and through our body is how we're digesting the world. And the Digestin is really a fantastic oil to use internally or topically over the abdomen. Some of us need to actually increase our appetite and even perhaps reduce some nauseous feelings, where ginger oil is really beautiful for that. And then the cinnamon oil is fantastic at cutting sugar cravings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just had that with a family member who was always like needing ice cream or some dessert after meal, and Dana suggested the cinnamon, and he just put a drop of cinnamon on his thumb and put it like up on the roof of his mouth after dinner, and it totally cut his sugar cravings. He was actually really blown away. We were like, of course, we knew that would happen. That's why we told you to do it.
Cinnamon is really great, and also really works with balancing blood sugar as well, which is why it cuts the sugar cravings.
Right. All right. So this is a pretty intense looking chart here, but this is really talking about starting to look at like how to supplement our diets with vitamins, right? So this graph on the left is showing kind of the over-the-counter store-bought common vitamins and how some of the ratios that they give you hit the targeted range, which is that orange bar moving up and down the middle of that chart. But some of them are not enough and some are too much. And then in the middle where it says extreme, that's really showing how these super vitamins that you can buy the dosages are way too high and actually start to push metabolic pathways, and they're like a pharmacological dose and can actually be counterproductive for our bodies. So what doTERRA has done is created this optimal range of dosages in their multivitamins. So everything's landing kind of right in the middle of where you need it based on the average American diet. And it's really, really a really wonderful product. So let's take a look a little bit more at this whole Lifelong Vitality Pack.
So this Lifelong Vitality Pack was just updated early this month in July, which is pretty exciting. doTERRA has updated their supplements 3 times, so they're really in constant effort to research and see really how things are working and continuously improve. It's something I really admire about this company and why I love collaborating with them. So this is called the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and we're going to go through the first 2, which constitute the Daily Foundational Pack. Is that the
Daily Nutrient Pack? Daily
Nutrient Pack, and then we'll also talk about the 3rd, which is the whole doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack. So we'll go through these now. Let's go into them. There's some really amazing research. You can go and look at it forever and ever, but these are some of the clinically supported benefits that doTERRA has reported. So cellular longevity and a longer lifespan, cellular inflammation response, which means a proper inflammatory response, cellular energy and metabolism, powerful DNA protection, antioxidant defense, immune system support, stress management, cardiovascular health, bone and joint health, brain, cognitive health, digestive health, and so much more. So the first one, go ahead.
All right.
So the first one is this Microplex VMZ. So the V is for vitamins, the M is for minerals, and Z is for the improvement since it has begun. And the micro is the micronutrient, the plex is the complex. So Microplex VMZ, food nutrient complex. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So it has a balanced blend of 22 essential nutrients. These are essential vitamins and minerals. So it's basically equivalent to 12 plus servings of fruits and vegetables. These are essential because our bodies cannot produce enough of them in sufficient qualities on its own to sustain life. We have to obtain them from our diet, which, as we discussed, is often very difficult to do. So doTERRA Microplex VMZ Food Nutrient Complex is a food nutrient formula that has very bioavailable vitamins and minerals. The minerals are chelated, and often these are mostly what we're finding are deficient in our modern diets. This formula includes a balanced blend of essential oxidants of vitamin A, C, and E, and an energy complex of B vitamins presented in the patent Glycoprotein Matrix. So what's Glycoprotein Matrix? We'll talk about it in a second because it is interesting. And so in this slide, we tried to capture the supplement facts, and you can see there that they're pretty blurry, but you can probably see in the sides of each one of the vitamins, it says this Glycoprotein Matrix. So we will talk about that because it's kind of interesting. So the Microplex, as I mentioned before, it has the chelated minerals, including calcium, magnesium, and zinc for optimal bone and metabolic health. And it contains the tummy tamer botanical blend of peppermint, ginger, caraway to calm the stomach for those who may have experienced stomach upset with other vitamins and mineral products. They're in vegetable capsules, and they're pretty amazing. So I have not had many reports of people having some digestive difficulty with them because of their formulation, but what I recommend for most people is to take them with food just in case. A couple other things that are in here it includes a whole food botanical blend of kale, dandelion, parsley, kelp, broccoli, Brussels sprout, cabbage, and spinach, with a digestive enzyme blend included inside the nutrient to help us with digesting the supplement, as well as, that's why I like to recommend taking it with food to digest the foods. Okay, let's go on to the next one.
All right.
We can talk more about that a lot for sure.
Yeah, that's a big one, but I think you got a big dose of what that really has. So this is the Glycoprotein Matrix. So this is all about bioavailability. It's really important that these supplements are recognized, broken down, and absorbed as food. There are a lot of synthetic supplements out there, and when the research we've found is that we really only absorb about 8% of synthetic supplements, and with this doTERRA's whole food blend, it provides upwards of 90% of absorption, which is amazing. Normally people take these vitamins and they are just like peeing it out bright yellow, and these are like you're actually absorbing them and getting the benefit from them. So minerals in this image here, you can see we eat this foods are broken down into these nutrients that combined with yeast to create this protein matrix, and this matrix enhances that bioavailability. When nutrients are paired with this good yeast, which is really a protein, it allows the body to assimilate the nutrients instead of excreting them out.
Yeah, so this is a good yeast. It's not anything that creates candida or any of the other things that we sometimes can be aware of when we see yeast. We can have a negative reaction. This is actually a good yeast, which does exist.
Yeah.
And then I want to go a little bit more into the enzyme delivery system because it's pretty amazing how each one is there for a different. So the protease is for proteins, and we have something to help us with lactose and to digest fats and carbohydrates. And then we have some that are multifunction and some that are also specifically target starch, another multifunction one, and also one that the peptidase, which helps us digest proteins, which some people really do have difficulty with. And this is a really amazing, complete whole food supplement that we're really kind of can't believe how much we like. I have to say, I really am surprised.
I've been taking it for 3.5 years now, consistently, and I love it.
I think it took us this long as acupuncturists to be brave enough to say we love these supplements.
Yeah.
And so this supplement is formulated to work really well with the XEO omega. So we're going to talk about that now.
Yeah, so this is the X is actually pronounced like a Z, so it's Z omega. The EO stands for essential oils and mega for omega oils. So, you know, often people will say, oh, you know, I'm taking my omega oils. And this is actually provides a much wider spectrum of health benefits than just fish oils alone, which most people think of omega oils as fish oils. So let's talk about that a little bit. There are some amazing benefits with combining these together. This product here promotes great heart and circulatory health. It supports healthy joint function and comfort, provides immune boosting nutrients, and protects against lipid oxidation, supports healthy function of the brain, eyes, and nervous system, and healthy skin. It delivers 950 milligrams of pure concentrated and molecularly filtered fish oil with 300 milligrams of EPA and 300 milligrams of DHA per daily serving, and 55 milligrams of other omega-3s. This provides a wide range of omega-3 fatty acids, not just the EPA and DHA, like I said, but ALA and SDA from marine and plant sources to help maintain the healthy balance of these vital nutrients. It includes a clinically substantiated microalgae carotenoid extract of pure astaxanthin, and we'll take a look at that in a couple minutes. What is astaxanthin? So not only does it have all of these omega oils, but this is formulated with a proprietary blend of doTERRA certified pure therapeutic grade excuse me, essential oils of clove, frankincense, thyme, cumin, wild orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway, and German chamomile. It also includes a lot of vitamin D and 800 IUs of vitamin D and 200 units of natural vitamin E. There are no milk or wheat products in here, and it is specially formulated to be used with the vitamins, as Dana said, for a foundation of really wonderful life wellness.
Yeah, I'd like to say it's sourced from sustainable anchovy, sardine, mackerel. That comes from the what area? The hub. Well, it comes from an area in the Pacific Ocean. I think we might actually have that note in a minute, so I'll definitely let you guys know about that. But it comes from a really pure part of the ocean, from a specific current. It's also tested for over 250 contaminants. Additionally, they do have a vegan option, just for those of you that are not ingesting fish.
Yep, that's the V omega, the vegan version. So that is available for only $10 more, which is a pretty amazing deal, actually. We'll get into that more later. So what are the essential fatty acids? These are the EFAs, and they're really they're essential because they cannot be produced by the body alone. We need outside sources such as fish, like we said, but we need to limit the amount of fish we eat because of pollution and contaminants. But you can see all the benefits that we get from these essential fatty acids: brain health, heart, joint, immune health, mental health, myelin sheath function, so we have healthy nerves and healthy cell growth. So with these omega oils, these essential fatty acids, it's really ideal to have like a 1-to-1 ratio for optimum health. And we tend to get way more omega-6s from our diet. Some people have as high as like a 20-to-1 ratio. Most people have about a 16-to-1 ratio, which can create way too much inflammation in the body. So this provides a really healthy balance of those two omega fatty acids. Here's a glimpse at the vegan one we mentioned. So it replaces the fish oil with plant-based flaxseed, algae, inchi seed, and so on. You can read that there. And like I said, it's only about $10 more. And there's a glimpse at the supplement facts, so you can see all the numbers. Great. And now we'll move on to what we mentioned a few slides ago about the astaxanthin. My favorite word. Astaxanthin. So see those little images there of these red soft gels? That's actually what they look like. And most people say they've never seen red fish oil before, but so why are they red? So astaxanthin is a powerful antioxidant from microalgae. These are cultivated in pure water and activated by light. And in response to light, it produces the astaxanthin, which has this red color.
This has an amazing ability to be absorbed into our skin and helps create a defensive mechanism against oxidation, and it supports a healthy immune function. And also, when it accumulates in the skin, it can help provide internal protection from UV radiation from the sun. So it's really beneficial.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And it's interesting, if you ever want to just take a look at the benefits of what this does, you can open up one of the capsules of the fish oil and put it into water, and you can see how it actually helps the oil emulsify and break down. And that's what happens in our body, where often if you were to break open a fish oil, the oil may just actually sit at the top.
Yeah, you could even like dump fish oil in a jar of water or shake it up, and the oil will get back together really quickly. But this astaxanthin helps it emulsify and helps absorption in the body, right? So let's take a look at the essential oil blend that is in here. I mentioned these oils, as you heard before.
So it's a superpower blend. They're powerful antioxidants in nature, things like clove and thyme and cumin, and frankincense as well. And it really helps the fatty acids of the omegas 10 times more bioavailable to our body. It's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty unique benefit of these supplements as well. So you can see here it's that when you're using these, it really helps the additional emulsification in water when compared to other fish oils. Lastly, what's really awesome about these is that it has the peppermint oil, which can negate any kind of fish aftertaste, or we call repeating, that some people associate with fish oil.
That's right. We don't like that fish taste in our mouth.
No, so I've never experienced that when I take these. Have you?
I haven't. No, I haven't had the fish oil. No. Maybe that's because the peppermint's working.
Mm-hmm. I think also the wild orange plays an impact on that too.
All right, so that's the Z omega and the V omega, and let's take a look now at this last bottle of the Lifelong Vitality Pack. This is the Alpha CRS, the Cellular Vitality Complex. So CRS stands for Cellular Renewal System. Alpha is like the beginning, of course, and the plus stands for all the new improvements that they've made since being launched, and they're constantly refining these things, which is one of the things I love about this company. It's like Dana said, it's just awesome. They're always making things better. Alpha CRS Plus has 4 main benefits, which are great. It's more energy, it's an antioxidant, it helps build the immune system, and provides mental clarity. So, you know, cellular health really is the building block of all of our life, and this really helps promote the proper life cycles of the cells, including the death of the cells. And as we age, this function deteriorates. Not to mention that we're bombarded by free radicals on a daily basis. So let's take a look at what this means, oxidation, and free radicals.
So we probably hear about free radicals often, and if you haven't, maybe you'll start to hear it now that you're learning about it. But what are free radicals? These are basically unstable molecules with one or more unpaired electrons. Basically, you can think of these as an atom inside of you that has gone to the dark side. So I like to think of it as something that's kind of bouncing off the walls. It's unstable, and it can really cause stress internally, and that stress can feel like inflammation. And so it's another way to think of it is basically like our body is rusting, because this kind of unstable atmosphere creates oxidation, which is just like rusting. So let's look at that. So there's oxidation, and then, so here we are, we have that inflammation, and then there's more oxidation, and it creates this cycle of aging, disease, and injury. We're exposed to free radicals through sunlight, radiation, like on flights. There's a lot of free radicals, when we're flying, that can happen through pollution. Smoking is probably one of the biggest ways that we can impact our bodies in this way, or even around secondhand smoke. Stress also does that. Sickness can do that, and this can create these negative charges in our body. And these are factors that we can't always escape from. but we can do something about it. We can use these antioxidants. So now you may understand why antioxidants are just always talked about and really, really big and popular. And they're something that we really do need, and they're stable. They're stable molecules with one or more electron to share. So this is what happens is they go around and they can pick up those free radicals that really need something to lock onto. And we can get these from our food and our supplements. And we really need to pay attention and focus on getting these into our bodies. So there are two ways from the food, right? And then our body actually does make some, but it's not very much. So this is why we really need to pay attention to really bring in those superheroes that neutralize this atom gone mad.
That's right.
So now just remember, we're really, our topic here is we're talking about essential oils and nutrition, right? So this is like all this amazing superfoods at a really proper dosage, right? So these are not normally part of our diets, things like pine bark, right? Or grapeseed. Maybe we're taking a little bit of green tea, or maybe we're having some pineapple. But these are things like turmeric and milk thistle and resveratrol, things that we really hear a lot of very good things about. The boswellia, which comes from the frankincense, that's the different part of the frankincense plant. So this is really an amazing piece because doTERRA really understood that to be a full spectrum wellness company, they had to do a tremendous amount of research to come up with a way to help provide the daily nutritive support at a very bioavailable level to really match their high-end, really gold standard essential oils. So these really are very high-end. And so this polyphenol blend, which is basically a subgroup of antioxidants. They're turbocharged antioxidants to protect us from free radicals, which can damage our cellular structure and our DNA. They have very neutralizing and soothing effects to our bodies, and they're providing a powerhouse of support to the very building blocks of our bodies and our being, and encourages a very healthy inflammatory response. The second amazing benefit here is energy. Dave, why don't you talk about that? You're great about that.
All right. So yeah, in our cells we have mitochondria, and they are like the little powerhouse, the little energy provider for our bodies. They produce energy, which is ATP. Not every cell has mitochondria. There's no mitochondria in our red blood cells, but liver cells can have thousands of mitochondria in every cell. So the alpha CRS contains these safe ingredients that support the mitochondrial function. There's no stimulants, no caffeine or sugar, so it provides energy support without any of those withdrawal symptoms. Here you can see a list of the different amino acids. If you're a science person, didn't want to say science geek, but if you're a science geek and totally into this, you can see these and understand them. The quercetin is a very powerful antioxidant and really supports healthy cell structure. CoQ10 is great for energy production, heart and brain health. Alpha lipoic acid helps the production of the ATP and is also an antioxidant to help protect the mitochondria themselves. Acetyl L-carnitine really helps to move fatty acids and shuttle them into the mitochondria. And ginkgo biloba is really great for mental clarity and function, and can really help lift the brain fog that a lot of people will end up going to, other stimulants for. So, gosh, we just talked about a lot of different things. I want to just share with you, like, if you were to go into a health food store and try to get all of that with piecing together all those different things, you could spend over about $250 just to get that.
And actually, I've gone through it with some patients and clients where that's happened, where I used to do house calls back in Los Angeles and would go into their homes, and they'd be like, I spent over like $300 on all these things.
Yeah, and do they even take them consistently?
No.
Yeah, because it's too much.
Look how much stuff that is.
Too much. It's too much to have to think about. So let's take a look at what the Lifelong Vitality Pack can offer us. So not only is this an amazing value financially, think all the health benefits we just talked about with you. Think about how easy that it would be to get by just this low monthly investment of just under $80 a month, and all of the health benefits you get from that. one of the even best, greatest, betterest things I've ever heard of is that there's a 30-day money-back guarantee on this. So if you wanted to try this, you could take it for a full month, and if you did not feel a positive impact, you can send back these bottles and you will get all of your money back.
You can send them back empty.
Send them back empty, and they'll refund your money.
The other thing I want to say is that most of the time people do feel a difference within a couple days, but it does depend on the kind of vitality that you're beginning with. And so this is something where we can help you if you want to start this with the proper dosing and how to go up to a full dose, or when to take them and how to integrate it. And what's great about doTERRA is that we have this other option to add and personalize. So you can see here that there is something for every different kind of aspect of baseline issues that we can face in the body, right? So we can, additionally, if you're looking for more energy, actually, there's a formula called Mito2 Max. It has some amazing ingredients. Some of my favorite is something, the Ayurvedic herb like ashwagandha. Then we have the deep blue polyphenol complex, which can really help with working with people who have extra needs in their musculoskeletal system. The Corazon is fantastic digestive enzyme, and then the PB Assist is a probiotic. And it's great. They have essential oil and a multivitamin for children. The essential oil is liquid with wild orange essential oil with it, so it tastes great. Some adults actually like to take that, and then the kids is a chewable. Yeah, so what this chart is showing you, you can add up to three of these new other products. We haven't really had time to go into everything, but we can really help customize what would be right for you, and you can add up to 3 at a greatly discounted price. All of these usually would cost much more on their own. For example, the deep blue polyphenol complex is normally about $60, but when you add it to one of these Lifelong Vitality Pack or the Daily Nutrient Pack, it's only $20 more. So, shall we take a look at some recipes? Yeah, let's so that's all of the information on the Lifelong Vitality Pack. We're going to show you a few recipes, and then we'll share some information on how to get in touch with us. So I want to say that, you know, we've talked about all the different crazy kind of diets, and these are some of our favorite little smoothie drink kind of things to add into your life, no matter what you're doing. If you do have trouble digesting, I recommend having a smoothie or a juicing kind of thing, either after some warm tea or maybe a little bit later in the day, just to keep the digestive fires alive. So we don't want to just put something cold in our bodies right away if our digestive fires aren't burning with a lot of strength. So here I want to talk about the benefits of barley grass, right? So we have green smoothies are pretty popular right now, and it's very common to learn about all the properties of the benefits of green. But barley grass isn't really talked about as much. This is why I picked it. And it says a lot of natural sodium, potassium, and glucose in it. And barley grass, the true beauty of barley grass is that it's found in the leaves, the young green shoots of power that form before the grain. The young leaves have this tremendous ability to absorb nutrients from the soil, and when barley leaves are 12 to 14 inches high, they contain all the vitamins, minerals, and proteins necessary for the human diet, plus chlorophyll. It's a pretty potent little plant. Go barley. Yeah. These necessities are easily assimilated through the digestive tract, giving our bodies instant access to these vital nutrients. So here, if we mix it together with a banana, you could add some frozen bananas if it's like summer, like now, one date, and some water. And I like to really think about adding the geranium essential oil or the zendocrine, because we're working with the green, and the green really can work and support the liver, right? So the geranium works with the liver, and so does the zendocrine. All right, let's take a look at the next recipe. This is our bone building recipe. You can see here that this has half an avocado, 2 cups of spinach, a cup of cabbage, 2 cucumbers, and you can add a drop of lemon or lime essential oil to give it a little bit of a citrusy flavor with all that green going on in there. So with all these greens, especially dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, cabbage, and broccoli, these are some of the most nutritious foods that you can eat. They're a rich source of minerals,
including iron, calcium, potassium, and magnesium, and vitamin K, C, E, and many of the B vitamins. So these minerals are really great for our bone health, really help make strong bones. So we call this the bone building smoothie.
One thing to note is that you're going to be juicing and then you're going to be blending. So there's a two-step process here because you're going to be juicing the spinach, cabbage, cucumbers, and then you're going to blend in the avocado in the end.
Yeah, you can't juice an avocado, can you?
No, that would be kind of gross.
And then consume it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And last recipe we've got for you is this immune boosting juice. So this has bell pepper, broccoli, lemon, cucumber, some ginger, and we've added some wild orange essential oil and some apple cider vinegar to this. So you want to talk about the immune boosting one a little bit?
Yeah, so we all know that apple cider vinegar is this kind of like grandmother's remedy for everything. And it's pretty popular right now as well, and it's delicious actually when added to the juice. Gives it a little bit of almost like a bubbling, almost like a kombucha.
Tanginess, yeah.
It's almost like a kombucha, and then when you add the wild orange in there, it just gives it this really vibrant, really super vibrant experience in your mouth. The ginger and the lemon, and then, this is a great thing to do because who really likes to eat the stems of broccolis? I personally don't. I always save them to either juice, pretty much always juice them. Right, juice.
Yeah,
maybe we don't stick them in the smoothies. But
no, we juice them.
Juice them, and they're delicious in the juice.
Mm-hmm.
So this really does support our immune system. Ginger is always a great way to go, and just look at all the vitamins and nutrients that you're getting with these really amazing vegetables.
Yeah, but you're still not getting enough. That's why we take the supplements. Ultimately.
Oh yeah, are you having one of these every day?
No, I'm not.
Right.
Are you?
No, and maybe even if we are, it's probably not enough.
It's still not enough.
Yeah, it's probably not enough. And sometimes we get into our habits of eating certain things where we're just kind of doing the same things on repeat, and that's why I think that's what happened to me actually in my nutritional deficiencies. That I get sort of in a habit of this is what I like to eat, and these are my favorites, and maybe I'm not eating all the colors in the rainbow, but by taking these supplements, I feel so much better, and my hair, my nails, my brain fog has lifted. It's just pretty incredible. And I do notice that when that isn't happening, that things do shift.
All right, so I'm going to just put up the screen showing how to get in touch with us. So let's do that. So here's our information. And while we have this showing, we're going to open up some Q&As here. So we've got a question. The oils to support healthy eating, can they be used together or separately but taken at the same time? So I'm curious if you're asking if they can be taken all the different oils at the same time.
Yeah,
that seems like kind of too much, you know. So we're going to get back to that screen on our side so we can really get specific with answering that. Yeah, so one of them, like the Digest Zen, is really good to help support your digestion, but you probably wouldn't want to take a lot more than that by itself.
So yeah, I would say the Digest Zen already has several different kind of essential oils in it. So does the Slim and Sassy and the Zendocrine. So those are all pretty full of many different oils. So I wouldn't actually work on combining them. I would really actually think of picking one, working with it for a little bit of time and seeing how that goes, and then going into the next one and then seeing how that goes, you know, and that's how we learn what our body really, how it really works and what it's really wanting. You know, so I've had someone tell me that grapefruit and Slim and Sassy were their favorite oils for helping with appetite and food related issues, and they actually were using one of the emotional oils to support that, and that really helped them because their eating was more of an emotional eating. So there's lots and lots of ways to work, and this is one of the most enjoyable aspects of working with essential oils, is that it's different for each one of us. We all have our own relationship with the oils, and we have a really beautiful exploratory experience because they're safe. You know, there are some safety things, like you never want to put oils in your eyes or in your ears, or there's in your nose, and you want to have this reverence for them and do that, what we had shared with you, low dose, high frequency, not a lot all over the body. And other than that, you know, they're pretty safe. So it's really a joyful experience to really up level our healthy lifestyle with them.
Yeah, and I like to think of it as like a kind of like this grand experiment, because when we were first starting to use essential oils, we would try so many different things. And because they're natural, and if you're using them in these low doses, it's super safe to change what you're doing from day to day, or even a couple hours later. Like, wow, I don't know if I like that one as much. And your relationship, you'll find your relationship to the oils based on your body's chemistry. And there were things that I liked initially that Dana didn't like. Dana mentioned she loves geranium, but I'll tell you, when we first got geranium, I loved geranium and she didn't like it very much. And now she does. Something's changed in her body. So it's really this beautiful grand experiment that you get to play with and kind of find your relationship with the plants and the oils and see what really works for you.
So one of our favorite things about this is really actually supporting and helping other people in this exploration. It really has been such a joyful experience. So we love to offer this 30-minute personal health consultation with your essential oils. To be honest, they're hardly ever 30 minutes, but we usually do them a little bit longer because there's just so much to cover, and really want to make sure that each person really knows how to use their oils, and to really create a personalized wellness plan, like a 90-day health plan, which is really, really helpful. And we've loved to use these lifelong vitalities as the baseline to really support a big shift. And I'll tell you, people usually really feel different very quickly within a week or so.
Oh yeah.
So what we do is we really like to set you up with your own oils and your own wholesale account. And there's no obligation to continue to buy. There's no commitment except for yourself to your health.
Yeah, you don't have to sell anything.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do but just get yourself some oils and learn how to take care of yourself and your family.
Yeah, that's right. We're really here to help empower you with your health and wellness and get you started on a healthier lifestyle.
So if you have any other questions, feel free to email us at corazonhealingarts@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook at Corazon Healing Arts, and Dana Schwartz or David Watts. And we really enjoyed this time with you all. And
we also have a webpage, corazonhealingarts.com.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thanks so much.
Thanks for your time and attention. We hope to hear from you soon, and have a wonderful, wonderful, healthy life.